You're telling me you're a psychiatrist who gave up being a doctor to go to India to become a Bollywood actress? That is absolutely wild. I just don't understand it. You are the disappointment of all brown parents across the globe.
Powered by WinLads.
Guys, welcome to Under the Coconut Tree. This is Tanila. Today we have a very special guest. Now, she's dabbled in Bollywood. She's dabbled in being a psychiatrist. That's right. She's an MD. That's not to be confused with VD. She is a medical doctor. Sakshi, welcome to the show.
Hi, Tanila. Thank you for having me.
You know, you're one of the few people that actually try to pronounce my name correctly. So even though you're butchering it, I really appreciate the effort.
Tanila?
So that's the white people way to say it.
Tanila.
So it's actually Tanila.
Tanila.
Ta.
Ta.
Ni.
Le.
You know, as a brown person.
Tanila.
Yes. You got to do the hand.
Tanila.
If you don't do the hand, my parents will be not happy. All right, you got to give it a go. So,
Yes.
Thank you for coming. You look absolutely stunning, by the way.
And you too.
I haven't seen you in what's it been? 3 years, 4 years?
4 years.
I'm excited to hear about what you've been up to, apart from maybe those 2 years during COVID. But so tell me what you've been up to. Tell me a little bit about yourself. If you could summarize yourself in 3 sentences. Who is Sakshi and what's her deal?
My gosh, what's her deal? So, hi, I'm Sakshi. You know me. I am a psychiatrist, or almost a psychiatrist. I'm finishing up my training next year. And yes, I dabbled a little bit into Bollywood. That was a wild time of my life, and probably one of the best few years of my life. And yeah, that's something I try to sort of strike a balance between in my day-to-day work.
So you're asking people if they're crazy or diagnosing if they're crazy, but at the same time you're going to go do Tum pasa aahe.
That's right.
Oh, wow, okay.
Isn't life all about all these experiences?
So it's literally a Bollywood film. 1 minute it's raining, next minute it's sunshine and lollipops.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm there in a sari dancing in the mountains. That's right.
Speaking of dancing, I mean that's how we kind of met. Oh, how long has it been since we met?
2018?
17 or 18, I think.
18, yeah.
I know.
Or 17, yeah.
It was 17. It was 17 or 18. I remember. Yeah. And I was I remember walking into the audition. It was like an audition or something. Right?
Yeah, it was.
That's someplace. I walked in and they're like, "You're doing this Indian Bollywood function," and I was like, "Okay." I'm Sri Lankan.
I remember you came in wearing your all leather outfit because you were riding your bike. I still remember that image in my head. Yes.
So you're telling me after all
who's
these
this guy?
so after all these years, I just want to confirm that the doctor, psychiatrist, Bollywood superstar Sakshi has remembered her first memory of me. Guys, I just want to say we're going to close the podcast there. I can sleep a happy man tonight. So wait, I was in my leathers, was I?
Yeah.
I can't even remember. So I was definitely riding then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Did I look cool at least?
Yeah, so cool.
All right, cool. I mean, cool enough for you to remember.
Yeah, that's right.
But I remember walking in and I remember you were sitting on the floor. I actually remember you too.
Yeah,
I remember you too. You're sitting on the floor and I walk into this living room, whatever, and then I never memorized my lines. And then I walk into the room and I was like, oh, hey, she's pretty hot. This could be fun. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay. I want to do the Bollywood thing even though I'm not even Indian. So that's my first memory of you.
Yeah, and the first thing you said was, kuch kuch hota hai? Or you said some Bollywood
No, I said
dialogue.
Dil tu pagal hai,
Dil tu
dil
pagal
divana
hai.
hai, which essentially means, I mean, you can probably translate it better because you actually speak Hindi, but correct me if I'm wrong, something along the lines of my heart is yearning for you, my heart is something like that?
Yeah, my heart's crazy. It's yearning for you.
So
Probably a red flag at the time.
Yeah, but it's been 7 years and still Dil tu pagal
still
hai.
we
Dil
here.
divana
Oh my
so here we go. So it's all happening. All right, fantastic. All right. So, and you were actually my love interest in this as well, I remember.
Yeah, we did this
Yes.
stage play where we were just sort of bouncing off. There was a lot of singing and dancing, and yes,
There was so much singing and dancing. I was not ready for it.
Can I share that story where?
Absolutely. Please go ahead. The less talking I do,
So
the better.
my mum still remember Tanila as
Yeah.
the guy who was wearing my bright, colorful pants on stage. We're the same size.
Yeah, we are. So essentially, in our relationship, I wore her pants. So is it how it is?
I'll let you.
There's a soundbite for you. yeah. I did ask for permission before I stole her pants. I think I had them for a while. I can't remember what it was,
Did you wear them and walk around in them and I
met
go on
them
dates or something?
I used to date only women in those pants exclusively because I was like, you know what? If they're good enough for Sakshi, it's good enough for any other woman.
That's right. It covers everyone.
I
still have those pants.
Do you actually? You know what?
I just have not worn them since because.
I mean, boys have got cooties, so I don't blame you. I mean, yeah, Sri Lankan, right? Oh, gross.
Well, if you ever need them for your next
They're
date,
available?
They are available.
Well, I've actually been going to the gym since then, so I put on about 600 grams.
Have a look later.
Yeah, I got a booty now. I've been working on my legs, okay? Because back then I didn't work on my legs. But yeah, okay, cool. So you went you went down the medicine path, right? Because you grew up in Melbourne.
Yeah.
All right, so you did your high schooling in Melbourne.
No, so, well, I grew up in the country, so I...
What country? Like, as in the country? Like
Country Victoria.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So my
Yeah.
parents worked in Country Victoria. That's how we sort of came about here. I did my schooling there, and then I moved to Melbourne for uni, so...
Just to pause, you got both your parents and a brother, I remember. Is
Yes,
that correct?
yes.
And what do they do?
Well, there's no surprise. They're all doctors. So I feel like there was no surprise when I
Isn't it
wanted
a
to
shame
like, sort of,
that
like
we
venture
never-
out and do something different.
We
So-
could have worked out. We could have been great. I would have handled your finances, put you on my podcast.
That's right.
And
You
could
would have
looked
a lot
after
of
the kids.
business.
I know. I would have great business. But no, you ran away to India, but we'll get
We
to that
just
in a
blame
moment.
COVID, yeah.
It was during COVID, yes, of course. So then you moved to Melbourne and you went to uni.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then when did this Bollywood part come into it? Because, I mean, doing med is pretty hectic for 5 years, right?
Yeah, well, it was longer without giving away how old I am. But yeah, I did undergrad and then I did medicine and then I
Did biomed?
worked. Yeah, biomed,
Yeah, right.
med. It's, you know, the...
That's like 7-8 years at least, right? Jesus Christ, okay. So you studied
Yeah.
for 7-8 years after high school.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, technically you're
Still
studying now. Yeah.
Once a doctor, you're always studying. So, so I finished med and then I started working. And I think after a couple of years of working, I just needed a break. And I know a lot of people gone, gap year, which I never did.
Yeah.
And being a good brown girl,
Yeah.
Brown daughter, my parents were like, you want to get into med, so you got to work hard.
Is
blah,
it
blah,
because
blah.
they're all doctors and they're like, you know what, Sakshi,
never impose
Sakshi,
it.
better, doctor. Is that what they said? I feel like that's how the conversation went.
They're like, Sakshi, beta, we're not going to force you, and there's no expectation, but it'll be good, if you do follow the path.
Your
and-
parents were pretty chill though. I remember when I met
Yeah.
them many years
No,
ago.
they're lovely. Yeah.
So
you've
what
met
happened
them.
to you?
What happened to me?
'Cause
I
they're
don't
lovely
know.
and then you
I'm
came...
the black sheep in the family.
Yeah, okay. All right, so then you end up doing biomed, you did medicine.
Yeah.
And then
I worked for a couple of years.
Oh,
and
you
then,
worked? Okay.
Yeah, I did work. I worked for a couple of years.
Just as like a HMO 1, 2 or something?
Yeah, started sort of training, and then I just wanted to take a year off. Like I just wanted to have just a break.
Yeah.
And I think prior to taking that break, I had started dabbling into a little bit of the acting work, and
Yeah.
it just was a nice sort of segue into be like, okay, well, I think I can. I deserve to take a year off, and I just my parents were supportive, which was incredible.
You had supportive brown parents that let you
I
give up med for a
know.
minute.
Well, it
and-
wasn't so much a give up. It was like a bargain. I was like, why don't I take a year off? For 6 months, actually, it was more like,
okay.
oh, can I take 6 months off and I do this? And I mean, they were initially, apprehensive. They were worried,
I mean,
what
they're
are you
brown,
gonna do?
so
Yeah.
yeah,
And
makes
they've
sense.
come from that place
Yeah,
to
true,
Australia,
true.
and then for their kid to like
Go back
wanna
to
go
that.
back, and they're like, are you crazy?
Yeah, we did all this hard work to get you here.
Yeah. But
Which, you know what, I'm kind of with them on that,
Yeah, no, but like it wasn't to just like move there and never
Yeah.
come back. It was just for an experience. I go there for a few months, and it was a time to explore.
So is that, how long, you spent 6 months there straight?
I was there for longer actually.
Yeah.
So I think I left in April, came back briefly in August for the Melbourne International Film Festival.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so our film was selected in the festival. It
Well,
was
you
really,
kind of
really
skim
well.
over that,
Okay,
our
okay.
film. Okay, hold on.
We can come back to that.
You see how cool she was? She was like, oh, my film was selected and let me just
So I
skim over that.
came back like briefly for a couple of weeks, and I went to LA, and then I went back to India. And I was in India almost for about a year and a half, and if it wasn't for COVID, it would have been a lot longer.
Yeah, right, okay. So did you go LA for the acting side of things? Is that
Yeah, with the film.
Oh, because you were showing it. It's like a showing.
Yeah.
showcase.
So it was like selected in a lot of festivals. We went to Palm Springs, LA. It was
It
amazing.
sounds wild.
It was amazing.
So tell us about. I mean, I still want to hear about this film and how you got there. But you started with stage, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so-
a lot of stage
yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
Actually, in school, I did a lot of sport. So sport was like the main thing that I did. But then
What sports?
stage,
You play hockey? I feel like every Indian plays hockey.
tracks. So athletics.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you run? Like,
And I played volleyball because that's like the most curry sport after cricket to play.
yeah. Wait, you ran track?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
No, I don't remember this.
His memory is really declining. I don't know what's changed in the last 4 years.
Yes, I mean we were just talking in the green room before about last time we met, and the tables were turned. You were.
That's right. I was. We were in a podcast, but
Yeah.
I was interviewing you.
Yeah, I forgot.
And you forgot about
I
it.
forgot about it. You know, one of my best friends, she always tells me off actually all the time that I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think
She's
you're
right. You should
yeah,
listen
she's
to your
right. I
friend.
should listen to her. I'm very sorry. But anyway, so you ran track. Let's just tell me what you did, like 100 meters.
100 meters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anything further, silly, right?
It's true. Yeah. you do it, whatever you got to do in 100 meters and you
get it
move
done.
on. That's right.
So you did a bit of track, you did a bit of stage stuff, but it really kind of kicked off when
Kicked
you were in your
off.
20s, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so. I think there was, especially in medicine, like I felt that there was this creative side of me that was really missing.
Yeah.
Like I dabbled in a bit of painting and all that, but it just wasn't enough. And I think when work got quite busy and a full-time thing rather than, when you're in uni, you have a bit of time to yourself and you're, balancing other things.
Trying shit out as well,
That's
right?
Yeah. So after a couple of years, I think that was my sort of sign that, and think about it, like I took that year off and then COVID happened. So,
Yeah.
I would have never done it if I didn't do it
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time. So
How was the experience when you decided to, I guess, uproot your life and go to Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
And dabble in Bollywood or anything film, I think is pretty
Yeah,
incredible. And it also
yeah.
seems scary.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of horror stories I hear about young, attractive women in Bollywood. Or Hollywood for that matter too.
Yeah,
Like I guess.
anywhere. Yeah.
But, I mean, we spoke about this once, I remember. I was we had a video call, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
And then I asked you some very direct questions and I was like,
and I'm pretty sure I answered them all.
No, you answered them very well. Yeah, I asked very, very how the producers, did they make
Is
you
anyone,
sleep? Is anyone making you sleep with them to like get into films? This is what I asked essentially, and I was very curious. But so tell us about what that life was like when you got to Mumbai. Did you plan it beforehand? Did you have an idea of like I'm going to meet up with this organization or this company or this producer? Okay,
So it's very much. It's very different to how things work here.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone there. I think I knew one person who you also know, whose house we met at.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
But
He's doing very
didn't-
well now.
Yeah. But I didn't know anyone. And didn't really know what I was doing, and I think it took me a couple of months to really gather the courage. So I'd stopped, like I'd taken a break from working, and I was still in Melbourne for a couple of months.
Planning this out.
Well, just like questioning myself whether this is the right thing to do. What am I doing? I hadn't booked my tickets. My parents are like, well, you're not working. What are you doing? So
I do remember you not working for a while, actually.
It was about a month and a half
Yeah.
where I was like, what am I doing?
You're shit kicking around.
And my
that's what
parents
you're
are like,
doing.
well, this is what you wanted to do, so what are you waiting for? And I'm like, it's like that moment in that Bollywood film, I don't know if you've seen it, where the iconic train scene.
The train's going away
Well,
from-
yeah, but
everybody film,
yeah.
right?
So the most iconic train scene where the father lets the daughter go to meet her lover, and the train's moving, and the lover's got the hand out, and the iconic line the dad says is like, "Ja beti ja, ji le apni zindagi," which basically just means go and just live your life. And that's like my dad said that to me, and I'm just like,
oh, so you were living this Bollywood reality while chasing your Bollywood dream, essentially.
well, my dad, I knew they were supportive, but I didn't know that they would be like, oh, what are you doing? Like,
That's
maybe
really
you should take
wholesome,
that
though.
one step further. Yeah, it was.
I actually think it's really cute.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for them, then I would
Yeah.
have maybe not gone. I don't know.
Yeah, but you did, and you gave it a crack. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of people, and this is kind of going off topic, but I think the biggest issue that society has now is that everyone says they want to do things, that everyone wants to be in a different position, whether that's career-wise, financially, health, family, relationship, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that are just talkers and not walkers, and I can't stand it. Like, I despise those people, and I cut them out of my life. I have so many friends I've cut out because they talk a lot of shit they just don't do, and they're too busy self-victimizing themselves and complaining. So when I see people like you that take the step, take the initiative, and actually follow through, whether that becomes a success or whether it's not, I think, I have so much more admiration and respect for people like that. So whatever happened, I think kudos for you for taking that step, because I think that's very scary to do. And you did it. And you're better than 95% of people that are complaining and bitching about other stuff. So
Yeah, I guess like everyone's got their own inhibitions or, circumstances.
look at her giving a politically correct answer because she didn't want to step on anyone's toes.
Well, no, like I feel like I was the black sheep again, not just in my family, but also in my friend circle, because no one really ventured out and off medicine at least. And I think that was, it was maybe also hard for a lot of the friends to sort of accept, because it's like, well, this is what you wanted to do, and now you're sort of doing something
Were they
different.
upset or anything, or they just didn't understand?
There were some really supportive friends who I'm still friends with, and because
And there's some friends that you're not friends with anymore.
well, we're still friends, but it's just like I think people just have different opinions and views, and people want to do different things with their life.
Yeah,
And medicine is a very challenging career,
Yeah.
so it makes sense why people question why you've spent so many years studying and
And then up and
and
left.
then now you're doing something so different. So I completely understand that, but I feel like we only get one shot at life, and one specific thing can't define who I am. So
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. So tell me about when you got to Mumbai. Like, I know there's a whole bunch of like
Oh my
grey
gosh.
area. Like, give us like a high level summary because most of the people out there, the viewers and the listeners, I mean, we have no idea, and it's such a foreign concept.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be tantalizing, it could be scary, it could be a dream.
it's
even.
everything.
It's everything, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I booked my tickets. I probably was very excited when I was booking them because I just didn't realize the time I was landing. I thought I was landing there at 2 in the afternoon, only to realize I was getting there at 2 in the morning. And
So
my
it said
mum,
0200? Okay.
My mum was just like, "No, you don't know anyone there. What? Like, who's gonna pick you up? Where are you gonna go?" Because I just rocked up with a suitcase and an address, and to figure out where to after. But I got really lucky. I was at the airport, booked an Uber. This Uber guy was so lovely. And I remember, like, the streets were dead. It was just so dark, dead. I'm
Probably
just like,
because
where
it's
am I
2 a.m.
going? Yeah, well, yeah. And, and then where am I going? Like, it's
We scared a little bit?
well, a little bit. I was
Yeah.
sort of, like, hiding in the taxi in the
Yeah.
back so no one kind of, it's a...
Yeah.
And then I got to the place, and the taxi driver was so lovely. He's like, "Madam," like I'll just translate it. He basically said, "I won't leave until the people you're staying with
Come out.
take you in." Yeah.
Right.
So I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel safe.
There's some good people around.
Yeah. So that was I mean, it was a good start, I thought.
Yeah, I think it's a safe start. I mean, it could have gone a whole lot worse.
It could have gone a lot worse. But I think Mumbai, like, I've lived in a few different places in India, and Mumbai, and a lot of people who live there and a lot of women who live there would agree with what I have to say. It's one of the safest places in India.
Mumbai?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because
You'll be out at like 2 or 3 in the morning and you'll never feel unsafe.
That's not what I've heard at all. I don't know about Mumbai, but like generally.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
It's not, Yeah, it's good to know that Mumbai's kind of safe.
Yeah.
So you got there and
I
then...
got there and then I got home, and then the sort of journey began, and just sort of inquiring, what am I supposed to be doing? There's no, like how here you get an agent. In India, it's very wild. You sort of just pack a backpack, drink bottles, some food, and you just like go for a walk in the morning. And there's a specific place in Mumbai where a lot of casting and auditions happen. So people just like spend a whole day just walking around looking for what auditions are happening and go in and...
Wow.
And there's literally like...
It's like a market.
Well...
Where you just go in, okay,
well, yeah,
room 4, we're going to audition for...
No, so the door will have like a sign.
Okay,
and be like, looking for, casting for blah, blah, blah brand or a film or whatever.
Yeah.
Looking for, demographics, I don't know, age.
Because Bollywood makes like 100 times more movies than Hollywood.
Yes,
So,
yes.
That's literally, by the way. I'm not
Yeah.
exaggerating that, yeah.
So yeah, I was just like a shock. I'm like, what am I doing? And then you have to like queue up for hours to like until your turn comes to just do an introduction where hi, I'm Sakshi, I'm whatever.
Did you do it in Hindi?
No, all in English,
Yeah.
unless they wanted it in Hindi
Yeah.
For specific roles.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the day, like doing 10 auditions a day and then coming home kind of feeling...
Wrecked?
wrecked.
Yeah.
But also excited that I was...
You're making progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I was doing something that I enjoyed.
So when did you get that break into the film that, did so well?
So that was actually in Melbourne before I went to India.
Right.
I feel like that was the stepping stone
To be able to do this.
to be able to sort of consider it. So that was in I think I auditioned in 2017.
Yeah, right.
And we shot it in 2018.
Yeah, right.
And it premiered in 2019, and that's when I went to India. So yeah, that sort of kick-started a lot of things. It was a wonderful film about a slice of life, coming of age film about a young Indian girl who lives in Australia.
Is that you?
Yes, that was
What was
me.
your character name?
Ayushi.
Ayushi.
Yes.
What a beautiful name.
Ayushi Beta.
I name better.
No, but so I'll probably have to spoil the story for you now. But
Turn away now if you don't want to ruin the movie. Otherwise, she's about to ruin it.
So it's a short film, but it's essentially highlights her relationship with her parents overseas and their expectations of her. Whereas she's living in Australia, she's got the freedom to
Different
live a
culture.
life that she wants on her terms, and the little white lies that she has to tell her parents to sort of keep them happy, but also
Live her
without
life.
compromising her happiness or
Yeah.
her life. Yeah.
So that would have resonated with so many people that are here.
Yeah, I think at the time I sort of didn't think about it too much. Like on paper, the character, the story, everything just resonated with me because I feel like all brown people have been there, you know,
Yeah.
whether their mums or aunties are harassing them about
Been
getting
there, or they are there, or they're still
they're
there.
still there, stuck there, can't move on. Yes, so yeah, it really resonated with me, and the director and I are like best friends now.
That's awesome.
So yeah, a lot of friendships emerged from
Yeah.
that project.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And do you think there's going to be like a part 2 to that, or do you think you'll want to be back on screen anytime soon? Because I know you've kind of gone back into being a full-time psychiatrist, or almost,
Yeah.
finishing and
Yeah.
studying as a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So where to now? Because I mean, that's 2019, 2020. You went to Mumbai for a couple of years, and
Yeah.
you came back.
Yeah.
And then
So I've done a few things here and there. So like I did another short film in Sydney
Yeah.
during COVID. That was during COVID, 2021. That was playing at a festival recently, St Kilda Film Festival
Yeah, nice.
this year. So that's done really well as well, and it's actually quite it's a heavier topic compared to the previous film, so it's about a migrant Indian woman who's living in Australia but is impacted by domestic violence issues in the household.
from a husband or something.
Yeah, and to try and break out from that.
Did they make that film based on like some kind of truth? Because
Yeah.
there was a horrible like murder that happened actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it after that or before that?
Well, I think there's a lot of cases in the community out there
really?
where there's a lot of
DV.
Yeah, and we know that, you know, it's the culture is not a barrier. It exists in every sort of society in cultures. So this one specifically was about this Indian, and there are a lot of true stories about, you know, this unfortunate thing that has happened, and women have lost their lives, unfortunately. But in this story, the woman is trying to break out of that and find a safe place for herself, and it's her journey and her struggle to start a new life.
So it's a drama essentially, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing the dramas? Because it's a bit more serious. I get it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, from when I met you, like, you know, we were just flirting back and forth on stage.
Just
That's what
like
we did.
running around on
running around, talking
stage.
shit, and hitting on each
Yeah.
other, right? But and then
He was.
yes, I was. This is true. On stage, maybe off stage. Maybe.
I think your audience knows you well, so
They
I don't need
know
to
me.
explain.
I'm just a friendly guy. No, but like, as in, like, from there to then do the film where with the student, and then go into something so heavy, like such an important topic.
Yeah.
How do you? Because it seems like it's difficult to kind of change. Do you think you've grown as an actress, or do you think that you're capable to kind of shut certain things off and turn on other skills to be able to play these roles?
Well, I think as an actor, you really have to be versatile. So you have to be able to turn yourself as a character in whatever it is, whether it's drama, comedy, horror, you know. So as an actor, I mean, and that's what excites me about, you know, this creative side of mine, that I get to be in other people's shoes or play different characters. And in terms of growth, I would say that there's definitely, I think we're always growing as people, and the more life experience, the better you are as an actor, as a performer, as a doctor, as a person. So I think both acting and, I guess, working in this space in mental health, as a doctor, I feel like you're always learning, you're always you know, having an experience that's going to enhance your skill set. So yeah, I feel like...
What do you prefer then? In a way, a better question. What roles do you prefer? If you had the choice to play any role or type of character, what would it be?
Oh my god.
Not to pigeonhole you, but
No.
yeah, everyone's got a preference, right?
Yeah. I think characters that are real life characters. So a character that's, when you read, you know, the script, it sounds like it could be a person that you've met, or you are, or, you know, you've come across. Like versatile, like having all those qualities that a human being essentially has, the good and the bad. So, you know, often we typecast people into specific roles, like, you know, a comedian may only be suitable for doing comedy, but as an actor, I think you have to be able to put on all the different hats. That's what excites me about acting, and yeah.
I also feel like, just on that, comedians are kind of pigeonholed into being comedians, but I
Yeah.
think comedians have the biggest range of ability.
Absolutely.
I think comedians are like definitely undervalued
I
in
think
the
so.
film and television industry.
Yeah, but we're seeing a lot of comedians being cast in TV.
But it's hard. But
and
it's hard to break out.
It is. It is.
You know, you don't see many comedians that have broken out to do something serious and done it well.
Well, Ricky Gervais is. I don't know.
Into an Afterlife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still a comedy.
It's still a comedy, but
Yeah.
we get to see elements where he's like vulnerable, and for me, those are the moments that you really get to see.
It is, but you
The
don't
other
see them
side.
playing like a role that Tom Hanks would play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's hard.
Mind you, Forrest
It's
Gump was
hard
also
for all-
hilarious.
It's hard for all creatives. You know,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all get typecast, whether you're an
Yeah.
actor or whether you're a director. You know, you do get typecast.
I guess same with action characters. Like
Yeah.
you don't ever think Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to play like a, I don't know, a comedian or something. You know?
Yeah, or like a super drama sort of dramatic
Exactly.
role where,
I guess that's what the audience probably wants, and therefore they're probably typecast to their
Yeah.
audience to suit that to sell.
yeah. Well,
tickets.
there are certain actors who
Yeah.
only do those,
Yeah.
and you know, the audience loves them for that. Then why would
Yeah.
you want to branch out? But I think if you want to be in the industry for long, and then there's a long road that you
Yeah.
gotta collect and learn all the skills along the way.
Yeah. So like,
So it's still very early in
It's-
my
it's
journey, I would say.
Still very, very early. So my question is, if you're going back into this, I mean, I'm going to just say it how it is. You got to pick, don't you? You can't do like 2 years of psychiatry, 2 years of Bollywood and back and forth. Like, I feel like you're spreading yourself too thin. Would I be incorrect in saying that? Am I sounding like one of your parents? Like how do you...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough questions here on Under the Coconut Tree with Tanila. So what are you going to do to... Like, what do you want to do, really? I guess if you could just have one and money was an issue, you didn't have to worry about bills or anything like that, would you just straight up go be an actress?
Why do I have to pick one?
Well, I feel like if you want to be successful, you
Do you
can't
only
do
do one thing in your life, and are you limited just by that choice?
Yeah, I
You
am.
branch yourself out as well.
I do,
Yeah.
but I think I am.
Yeah.
I think I do limit myself. So with all the things that I do,
Yeah.
my primary business that I do, I spend the most time in.
Yeah.
And that's my bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
And all the things that I do on the side, whether
Yeah.
it's this or whether it's the weddings or
Yeah.
singing or the army now, I guess. That's just things that I do for various different reasons.
Yeah.
Because I like them, but I don't think I'll be
Full time.
Yeah, I won't go
into
full
one-
time into them
Yeah.
because I just feel like it's not going to be long lasting
Yeah.
and provide an income for me and my future family
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And it's not substantial, I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, and at no point have I thought about giving up my career in medicine that I'm so invested in.
Yeah.
Was I not invested, I wouldn't have come back and
Gone back, yeah.
continued. The perfect scenario would be a balance, where I have a working professional life in the medical field and I enjoy that. I love it. I don't think if I was a full-time actor I would be fully happy either or nourished. I think
that's
I
important to
need
hear, yeah.
I think I need a balance. Like working in the medical field can be quite challenging, and you need something to sort of switch off and focus on something else.
So just to pause you right there, she's switching up from Bollywood to go deal with psychiatry patients. What is this? What's it, like a mental asylum or something? Like, is that what you're working now?
No, that is, oh my
Let-
gosh.
let me
I'm gonna
take a
have to,
break. Let me take a
politically correct you now.
yeah, fix me up. But like also, Bollywood's so tiring. I'm gonna deal with these mental patients. It's gonna be so much easier.
Yeah, look, medicine is what I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's come, I think it's just something that came very naturally to me. Both my parents are in medicine, so I feel like I grew up watching them work in this space, and I didn't know any different. Like, I'd never,
Right.
I don't know, been or
It's a sense of comfort for you, I guess.
in some ways, and it was just something that just came organically, that I went into medicine, and it's not something that I would ever want to give up. I feel like
Yeah.
there's so much good that I can do in that field, with the skill set that I have, and I enjoy working with my patients.
Also,
like,
not do good, you are doing good, like presently, right? I mean, dealing with so many
yeah,
people that are facing challenges, so...
yeah. I mean, it's full-time work at the moment.
Yeah.
So, coming back to your question about one or the other, I think it will be encompassing. The balance will be somewhere in the middle,
Yeah.
and I'm still figuring that out. It's
My question was not to give up one. My question was more so, do you think you can be all that you can be in one if you keep doing both?
See, so when I was in India for that brief time and before COVID happened, it wasn't easy. There's a lot of competition out there.
Yeah.
You know, there's like 1,000 people auditioning for a certain role, for one role.
Yeah.
So you're just sort of like, you know, sort of shooting in the dark, kind of. You're just having a go, and if something works out, that's great.
Yeah.
And to make a name for yourself, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, working with the right people, you know, getting the right parts and creating a body of work that takes time.
The body of work must take ages because you want to have like a portfolio of some sort. I'm
That's
assuming.
exactly. So I've lived that life and not having an income for a couple of years, living in you know, I've come from India, so I am familiar with the language, the culture, so it wasn't so foreign, but still I was not living with my family. I was living by myself.
It's still scary.
Yeah.
You had a couple of roommates, I remember.
Yeah.
You had a Russian roommate. No, there was a white girl, wasn't there?
Russian?
Was there a white girl that you lived with?
She was a good friend.
She's a good friend.
Live,
Okay,
yeah. I lost my train of thought.
No, you were saying you're in the current. You knew the culture.
Yeah,
you knew
that's
the
right.
people,
So
the
I've
language.
lived in that environment, and I know how challenging it is. So I never take for granted the fact that my parents, you know, sort of supported me in developing a career in medicine, because it's something that's gonna, you know, I don't have to ever retire unless, you know, I'm going cuckoo myself and I need to retire. But, you know, it's a long lasting career.
Is that a medical term? Going cuckoo myself.
It's fruitful. You know, you're helping people, and so I would never want to give that up.
What's in the next 3 to 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
Oh, 3 to 5 years. It's like going back to med school. They're like, oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, under the coconut tree.
It's a very philosophical questions.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm curious because I've known you for so long, but also I've seen you succeed because I've been following you, I guess, for lack of better words, for so long, and I see
like a creep.
you're not out the window, just through her Instagram and whatever other socials I have her on, and I see that you're excelling in the medical field, and I see that you're pretty much finished being a qualified psychiatrist, if that's the right term, and then you're also doing the acting and, you know,
the creative
theatre,
work.
the creative work on the side, and I see them constantly, and also I see you doing yoga all the time because
Yes, that's
those are the 3 things on Instagram.
That's another skill that India has, you know.
Yeah, and you don't need to go special place for Bikram yoga because it's there anyway, right? So anywhere's Bikram, everywhere's Bikram. There's no yoga in India. It's just Bikram.
Yeah, well, just hot yoga. I mean, there's so many things that came out of that time in India. I feel like it wasn't a trip to just trip into Mumbai or the film industry. It was a holistic sort of journey which involved, you know, whether it was connecting with my roots, my people, my family, learning more about my culture, seeing a side that I'd never seen, not working and not earning, and the impact that has, and you know, meeting some phenomenal artists who are trying so hard and are working so hard. And I think when you're in that environment, it just pushes you. It pushes you to just keep going, keep trying and doing your best. And
probably similar mindset with everyone.
Yeah. And I think I've come back as a more mature person. And I think that experience itself helps me in my ability to connect with my patients or, you know, my other colleagues, all of that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I want to see more of your work, so I really hope that you do go back and do a few cool things to...
I hope so as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you can take someone, you know, behind the scenes to come check out what's happening in the wonderful world that is Bollywood or film and television, period. Yeah. I know a guy called Tanila that would love to come and see what happens behind the scenes because it seems so cool. Like for us lay people that don't get to see the other side of the camera and what happens behind the scenes, I think it's very exciting, you know. And I think you know, definitely don't take it for granted what you're doing, and I don't think you do. And I think it's awesome that there are a lot of people out there that aren't living their dream, and I feel like even if you're not, you're on the way to doing it. So which is pretty cool.
It's a long journey, so we're somewhere there along on the road somewhere.
Do you reckon you'll place yourself in Melbourne, or you might uproot? Yeah, who knows?
I open to whatever life's got to bring. So I guess the plan for next 3 to 5 years, as you were asking earlier, I mean, practically, if you think about it, yeah, you gotta, settle down and find a partner, or
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Or
But
the brown
But
parents.
now I'm gonna ask that question. Yeah.
No, so like you gotta think about those things, which I haven't really sort of focused on. I really wanted to just sort of finish my training and.
How long will it take to finish the current training that you're on?
Next year. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So not
not
far. Yeah.
long, no. So I'm really hoping that 2025 is a year of new adventures, which would hopefully involve a lot of traveling, a lot of creative work, and given that I finish all my training requirements, then also working as a psychiatrist.
Yeah, and also speaking of traveling, you just got back from New Zealand, I saw.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I was there for a conference. It was a psychiatry conference, and I was there for a few days and just took the opportunity to travel for 2 or 3 days, just hiking in Queenstown. And
Oh, did you do the Nevis bungee?
No, I didn't do any of those adventures. The jumping thing. I just climbed for like 8 hours, and
She went to Queenstown and didn't do any of the adventure
I've done
things.
it before. I've done
you've
it
done it
before.
before. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this time I've never like done
the
a
hikes.
hike all by myself and in a different country. I mean,
The pictures
it's New
look
Zealand.
amazing, by the way.
Yeah, it was in heaven. I was like, I could die here.
It's one of the most scenic countries I've ever been to.
Beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I don't think I can. Nothing else appeals after being there.
Now, you touched on a point before. So how does dating work and relationships work for someone that's so successful as you are, but then also has the creative side that, probably fills in a lot of the free time as well?
Yeah.
Have you met someone that can kind of like slide into that, or have you found it challenging? Like, where's Sakshi at with that? And where's her mindset?
That's a very personal question. I
Yes.
don't know if I want to talk about my dating life on a podcast with
So what she's
Tanila.
saying is that okay,
Celebrities keep this. There's some secrets that shouldn't be
some
talked
secrets.
about.
I guess I'll ask this question then. Do you find it more difficult to find someone that can keep up with you because you're doing so many?
Oh
things?
my gosh,
Yeah.
you're making me sound like.
No. I think you're. Okay, first of all, to be very clear, I think you're doing very well.
I see what you're saying. I think it would be hard. Like, say, if I was dating someone within medicine, it would be hard for them because I'm also involving myself in something that's so different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Not on the
The
horizon.
right person will just, will
come out of the grass like a Bollywood film.
will support
Yeah.
me in whatever I want to do.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well, I mean, that's important, right? Regardless of whatever it is you're doing or anyone's doing, I think that's really important to have that support. I think the other person's always going to be your secondary pillar to ensure that you don't fall over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, you bought some cool things to show us here. You've got a stethoscope. I can never say that word, but I think I got it
You
right.
can't say anaesthetist. You can't say stethoscope. Why are you dating so many doctors?
Okay, now we said
how
that
do
in the
you-
green room.
how do you get through the line?
Well, okay, say it again. Is it
Anaesthetist.
anaesthetist? I can't.
But-
Nah,
Get a
an
bit of a-
anesthesiologist is the right term in America. I want to go with that.
Maybe you should go and date in America. Maybe they will
I
stick
don't know.
because you can actually.
It's the ones that I
pronounce-
find here. I don't pick and choose. I don't ask them to come. They just fall into my life, and I can't pronounce what they do. So that's not my fault. But so you bought a stethoscope.
Tanila asked me to bring some cool things.
I wanted you to bring something cool. I'll get to the really cool one in a moment.
Yep.
But the stethoscope has two sides, right? So I'm going
Yes.
to play with this stethoscope. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, cool. Let's see. So there's two sides. Now, my question is, all right, I know how to put one of these on, I think. Is this way, right?
I don't know. I think you know.
I think I know. I can't hear a word that you're saying now. So, now, does it have your name on it?
No, not this one.
My friend's got one. I can't hear what you're saying, but my friend's got one with a name on it. So I think you should get one with a name on it. So why is there two circles? Like, what's the difference between them?
And so the two sides pick up different types of sounds. So the bigger, the larger side picks up like more audible sounds, whereas the little one will pick up more subtle sounds.
So if you're checking a heart rate, would you use the big one?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, the heart rate, you don't really need a stethoscope. You can just use your fingers.
But when I go to the doctor, they always like, what are they checking? My breathing, is it? What are they
So
checking?
where are they putting the stethoscope?
On my back, on my chest, I don't
Well,
know.
you clearly didn't study anatomy or biology.
Yeah.
Yes, they're listening to your lungs at the back.
Can I hear my heart rate through this?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I'm alive. Hold on. We're going to check this out right now.
Now I know why
Alright.
he asked me to bring
I
this.
think I'm dead.
You are
I
dead.
think I'm
You
dead.
are.
I'm
If
dead.
you weren't, you're dead now.
I'm dead inside.
Could you hear anything?
I think so. I think so. I think there was something there.
I'll give you a lesson after.
Yeah, you got to show me afterwards.
Yep.
But you bought something really cool for the show, which we're probably
Yes.
going to carry on. Tell us where you found this, and maybe hold it up for the camera so
Oh
they
my
can see it.
gosh, where did I find this? I mean, I feel like You can find them anywhere. You can even get them in Woolies, but
Can you get coconuts in Woolworths?
yeah, sometimes they don't stock them all the time. But
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the production company because they
so
were like,
this
we can't
one's a
find
mature.
coconuts.
This one's a mature coconut.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring a young one as well, but like I said, I didn't want to bring knives on set and get wild chopping a coconut. Show
We
my
might
real skills.
break it and record it later.
But yeah,
and
I
add
brought
it.
this because I don't know. I think you were saying earlier that it's similar in Buddhism as well, but in sort of Hinduism or just spiritually speaking. In India, whenever we start something auspicious, we do a little prayer, but then we also break a coconut. So I brought the coconut because it fits with the theme of the podcast, but it's also
She's very good.
But hopefully this is an auspicious start.
I
for
will.
both
We're
of us.
gonna hold on to it and we'll go
We're
break
gonna
it.
break it.
We're gonna break it.
Wild.
We'll record it,
Yeah.
and then we might put it on if the producers let me do it, and it's not an OHS
We don't,
issue.
bleed to death or something.
We're gonna wrap it up, but I have a few questions to go through
Yeah.
before I let you go. All right, now you gotta answer these questions rapid fire. It's gotta be quick. You can't think about it. You just gotta be quick. Are you ready? She didn't say she
Rapid
was ready.
fire reminds me of Karan Johar, if you know Karan.
Well, that's a joke for my Indian audience that now I'll have after having
Coffee
you on
with
the show.
Karan, yes. I feel
Oh,
like.
right.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Is there a hamper? Do I win something if I do well? Like, is there?
You get
Because
to-
that's what traditionally
I'll take you out
happens.
for waffles next.
Oh my god, what a win!
I think that's a great win. All right. All right. So, first question: do you keep tomato sauce in the pantry or the fridge?
Depends if it's open or if it's not. Oh, you mean tomato sauce?
Yeah, the sauce actually. Like after you open it.
See,
I don't want a
in
long
the fridge,
answer.
in the fridge, in the fridge.
In the fridge. Okay. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Would you rather never stop hiccuping or always feel like you need to sneeze?
So say it again.
Would you always? That's a weird one. Would you rather, just between the two, never always have to hiccup or never always feel like you have to keep sneezing?
The hiccups, because in Indian culture, if you hiccup, it means someone's thinking of you or missing you. So yeah, that one.
That was very weirdly cute. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
100
Duck-sized
duck-sized
horses.
horses. Oh, the 100 duck-sized horses sound cute.
That actually does sound cute.
Yeah,
No one's ever
like
said that.
little-
I think, yeah. I'm going to have more feminine touches on this answer, I think, because that's really cute. Okay, last question. Would you rather $100 million or find the love of your life?
Find the love of my life so we can do something together and create $100 million.
You know, everyone says that, but
Oh,
people don't
really?
realize how much $100 million is.
But
That's
maybe
100.
it's a blessing to not
Maybe,
know how
maybe
much
not.
it is.
I mean, yeah, you never know, right?
Yeah.
But Sakshi, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It was an absolute pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure.
And make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Give us a follow as well for more amazing guests like Sakshi for Under the Coconut Tree with Tanila. Thank you so much. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're here, as promised, Sakshi brought us coconut for our show, and it's very auspicious to pretty much bring coconut to bring good luck, essentially.
Yeah, before you start something. I mean, I know we. Yeah.
All right, take it away. Break the coconut. Don't damage anything else. How far do I need to be? I feel like.
Usually do it like on a little rock or something, but I'll try.
Come on, give it all you got. Wow.
Oh, she crushed it! Look at that! Oh my god! This show is going to be a success because Sakshi has crushed it. It's a good coconut.
Powered by WinLads.